Alright, we're here in beautiful Ibiza, and I want to tell you everything you need to know about how to get through airport security, because it's time to go home and I'm all packed up, everything is ready. I've done this a few times now, and this is going to be specifically about FPV drones, but it might apply to DJI equipment and more general drone equipment as well. This is pretty specialised stuff, so I think this is probably the most difficult thing to get through airport security. So a lot of the rules are basically the same for all drone stuff. So let's get into it and I'll show you what you need to know. The main thing is you need to know what goes in hand luggage and what goes in the suitcase. So everything from this side is going to be hand luggage, and I'll talk you through that in a second, and everything this side goes in the suitcase. So the reason that these go in the suitcase is because they don't have GPS. So apparently with an FPV drone, because it doesn't have GPS, it's not allowed to go in hand luggage. I'm not exactly sure why that is. If you know, let me know in the comments. I assume it's so that if it has GPS they can disable it or something like that. Ultimately it doesn't even have the props on anyway. But yeah, the reason I take these props off is just so it's much easier. I'm going to probably put that in a bag and then put some clothes around it and stuff. But I mean, this thing crashes into solid walls and things at abandoned buildings, so it's definitely going to be fine in the suitcase. So they go in the suitcase. Really importantly, what you have to have in the suitcase is any tools. And the reason you have to put the tools in the suitcase is because anything that can dismantle a plane is not allowed in hand luggage. So I'm not sure exactly how you would take a plane apart from the inside using Allen keys and toothbrushes and pliers and things, but anything that's a tool has to go in your main suitcase. And I've got just here is a little soldering kit, and obviously that's a tool, so that goes in the main suitcase. And these are all like little tools and spare things in case I crash while I'm over here so I can repair it. Now in the hand luggage I take my Tyrannus because it's kind of delicate, and I want to be able to sort of keep that safe so it doesn't get chucked about in the main suitcase. So that stays in there. Same deal with the expensive video goggles. They're going to go in hand luggage as well, just so that I can kind of monitor them and keep them from getting bashed about. I've also got propellers in here. This is a spare charger. You could put your charger in your hand luggage, but my main charger, actually I put it in the suitcase. It's just over here. This power supply unit I wrap up in bubble wrap because it has some delicate solder joints and things, so I'm just trying to sort of keep that safe. But at the moment it's just doing a storage discharge, and the reason I'm doing that is because probably the most complicated thing to get through airport security is drone batteries. So what I do is put these into storage charge. They have to be in storage charge because that's where they're least likely to sort of catch fire or anything like that. So that's where they're safest. They're in storage charge. I've got these little 3D printed caps. They go over the end of the XT60 like that. So you cover that, I guess, just so that they can't be sparked, cause any sort of spark. And I tuck the balance lead in. I've got an elastic band around these, so basically cover the end if you can and just tie up the lead. If you're wondering what this is, it's a piece of foam that I've taped on there just for when it crashes. So these are in a LiPo safe storage bag. They're all at storage charge, and when I go through airports, because this usually is zipped up and it fits in this bag like that, and that's how I carry it around in the airport, like this. But when you get to the the part where they put your bag through the big scanner, the X-ray machine, I take this out, put this in a separate tray, and I leave it open so that they can see exactly what I've got. Just trying to kind of help the security people so that they don't have to sort of see it on the scanner and think it's a really scary thing. I just have it open. And basically, as soon as that goes through, it is going to like ring, not literal alarm bells, but it's going to cause some kind of they're basically going to have a look at this. And the reason is, I mean, that just looks pretty dodgy, doesn't it, having all these sort of cells in series in this bag, and they don't usually know what it is, especially with FPV equipment, so it's quite a specialist. So here's one of my top tips. Just write drone batteries. I put a little smiley face there. I'll leave that on there, open in a tray, and it's just really helpful and friendly. When we went through on the way here, they saw this and they called. There's about 6 people came sort of rushing over, and they had to like check it out, really serious. And then they saw my little note. They found it really amusing, and they were like showing each other, and they thought it was really funny. And then basically all they do is just take a swab of that, just I guess to check for any explosive stuff. It's absolutely fine. They're really good about it. They gave it me, pack it up, put it away. Maybe just leave yourself an extra 5 minutes, you know, to sort of allow for that, so you're not rushing through the airport. And that's it really. That's all you need to know. Batteries at storage, in a LiPo safe bag, tie them up, put your main drone in the main suitcase. And here's my last tip. Remember all the chargers, because I seem really organised perhaps, but I still forgot the charger for my goggle battery. Luckily I was able to fly because it had enough charge in it so that we could go to a couple of spots. Had a really good time and it was okay. But yeah, I forgot the charger for my goggle battery, and there's just so many things to charge in this hobby. So last tip is make a list of all the things that you're going to need and just check them off and make sure you got them all. So that's it. I hope that helps. Let me know if I missed anything in the comments, and if you're not already subscribed, subscribe. I'd love it.